What is up, guys? My name is Gustavo with Gustavo's Finances and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to be talking about the circle of competence, what it means, how you can find it, and how it's going to help figure out what companies you personally should be investing in and why. And what's really neat about the circle of competence is that everyone already has one. It just takes a little bit of digging to figure out what it is. Now, I got this idea from a book called Invested, whose author got it from a book called Good to Great, which are both excellent books and I totally recommend reading them. But let's get into this video. So the circle of competence is a neat little tool to help figure out what companies you should be investing in, as well as it helps narrow it down to one or two of your favorite industries while investing. So while you're listening to this video, think about what companies you have opinions on already. You'll realize that having an opinion over a certain industry is a good indicator that you're fairly knowledgeable about that industry, since you already have some type of perspective on it. Now, to help you guys understand a little bit more, I'm going to give you an example. So I personally am very knowledgeable over the cannabis industry. So what I'm doing is investing in the cannabis industry. Why? Because I believe that I know how much people need, how much people want. I know the prices people would pay. I know the medicinal benefits if used correctly. I even know some growers and their methods of growing and what works best. So when I look at a company, I look at all those angles and what type of products they have, how potent it is, and basically everything around the company that it sells and does for it to grow. Now, what I'm trying to get here is, what are you guys knowledgeable about? Are you guys knowledgeable about cars, fashion, makeup? Are you knowledgeable about food? Are you knowledgeable about restaurants or technology? Whatever you're knowledgeable about, think about it really hard. What brand pops into your head? What name comes into your head? And start thinking about those types of things, because you'll realize that there's great companies for anything out there and really, really good companies to invest in. Now, if you guys can bear with me, this is a very ugly Venn diagram, but this is what you need to do to figure out your circle of competence. So you're going to want to figure out what you're passionate about. Where do you spend your money, and where do you make your money? Where you make your money determines how well you know something, because you're obviously working there. So like if you were to work at a retail store, you'd be very familiar with retail and how it works and what to look for in a retail company. So that's just an example, but I'm going to use my example so I can help you figure out what my circle of competence would be, so that hopefully you guys can figure out what your circle of competence can be. So I'm passionate about investing. I'm passionate about reading books. I'm passionate about making YouTube videos. I'm passionate about exotic cars, so I'm just going to put cars. And I am a finance major, so I'm just going to put finance. I like to help people make money. Now, where do I spend my money on? I spend money on some nice cold Michelob Ultras, so I'm just going to put beer. I spend money on books. I spend money on investing. Gotta spend money to make money. I also spend my money on YouTube because I try to make my YouTube videos better. And I spend my money on food. You gotta eat to survive, know what I'm saying? Now, where do I make money? I make money off of investing. I'd say I make money off of books because I can resell my books for a better price sometimes. And I guess the knowledge off of books, if I apply it, will make me money. Also, I make money off of retail once I get my job. And eventually, I might make money off of YouTube. So when you're doing what do you make money off of, it's more about experience. What are you experienced on? What are you doing currently that you're experienced and knowledgeable about? So I'm knowledgeable about investing, books, retail, YouTube, because I've worked in retail. I constantly do YouTube videos. I constantly invest, and I constantly read books. So it's just in case you don't make money right now, just think about stuff like that. Now, what you're going to want to do is look at all three of these, and you're going to want to put whatever is in all three of these in the middle. So I noticed that investing is in all three of these, so I'm just going to put investing. I noticed that books are in all three of these, so I'm going to put books. And I have noticed that YouTube is on all of these. YouTube doesn't have a stock, but Google currently owns YouTube, so I could just put Google on here. And everyone really knows what Google does. So honestly, this is not your circle of competence yet. You're still going to want to narrow down these three companies or these three resources that you're using to figure out what you should invest in. Now, an investing company would be Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's company where he invests into other companies. Books would be like Barnes & Noble and Google. What you want to do is really try and figure out what are you more knowledgeable in, what are you more passionate about, and what do you think you find yourself investing in? Where do you think you should put your money? Where do you think you should vote for your money? So in my case, I don't want to do books for the reason being that I'm more passionate about investing and more passionate about making YouTube videos. So it can either be Google or investing. So that would be my circle of competence, would be investing or Google. And I would basically look into these companies, see if it's a good fit for me, and I'd wait for it to be a good price, and then I would consider buying this company. So as you guys can see, that this Venn diagram exercise is very helpful when you're trying to figure out what you should be investing in. So for example, a lot of people were asking me, how do I know what company to invest in? What companies should I be looking into? Where do I put my money? So this Venn diagram exercise really helps narrow down what's personally best for you, because while you might be knowledgeable about cars, you should be investing about cars. And if I'm knowledgeable about investing such as Berkshire Hathaway, then I should be investing in Berkshire Hathaway. You should be investing in something you're comfortable about and knowledgeable about. You should never invest into a company like biotech if you have no idea what biotech is. And just because it's doing good does not mean you should just be investing in it, if that makes sense. So I hope this Venn diagram exercise really helped you guys understand and figure out what companies you should personally be looking into. Now that is all I have for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and like this video if you really enjoyed it. And always subscribe for more. Always, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.